Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I hope you all are doing well. Come on into the chat. And also, let me know if you guys can hear me. Give me a quick yes if you can hear me okay. And also, I'm not going to keep you long. I just wanted to share some information with you that I hope will help you in your investing journey. Now, how many of you are invested in the stock market? Are a lot of you involved in the market? Give me a yes or no in the chat if you are a stock market investor. The market's been doing really well this week. A lot of money has been made. I hope you got a piece of that. If you didn't, then I encourage you to be a stock market investor. I'm not a financial influencer. I'm a financial scientist. I was on the faculty of Syracuse University. And so this is based on research that stock market participation, is the number one factor that determines the difference between the rich and the poor. Well, if you want to know what makes people rich and leaves other people unrich, it is being in the stock market. So the stock market, think of it like the Emerald City where the money is located. If you're in the Emerald City, then you will have emeralds. If you're not in the Emerald City, then you will not have anything. Now, let's hop into our topic for today really quickly. What's up, Jermaine Trusty and Michael Brown and Francis Reeves, Jamil Green, Ricardo Stalwart? I see you in there. I see you, and I appreciate you, and I love all of you. All right, so Kamala Harris right now, I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that she's going to be the president. I really do. I think after that last debate, she really knocked Donald Trump off his rocker pretty good. And to the point where, I was just watching it, and just from an objective strategic standpoint, I kind of felt like she really prepared, which didn't surprise me because she's a defense attorney, or sorry, a prosecutor, not defense attorney. I'm sorry. And when you go to court, as a defense attorney, you got to be prepared. So she prepared. I don't think Trump prepared, and I've talked to you guys about that a little bit, and I'm not going to belabor that point. I know that most of the time, whenever one side accomplishes something, the other side accuses them of cheating or something, and so I kind of expect the Democrats are going to say, no, she cheated, and but I kind of think all the politicians cheat. I think all the politicians are a bunch of, to be honest with you, I think they're a bunch of lying bastards that cheat and stuff like that, and so I think that that's kind of par for the course. But either way, though, I feel like she did a better job than him. So here's the deal, and it doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what the public thinks, and based on most polls, they are pretty much saying that Kamala won that last debate. So here's what that means for you. Here's what it means. Look, first of all, I'm going to tell you straight up, point blank, period. Give me a yes if it's okay if we don't have to agree on politics. Give me a yes if we are here to figure out how we're going to benefit as a community, and we're not going to sit here and argue over Democrat, Republican stuff. If that's your purpose of being here, then I don't know how I can help you, because I'm probably gonna disappoint you at some point. So give me a yes if it's okay if I focus on just one side of this whole conversation, which is what's going to make the most money for you, what's going to put money in your pocket. Give me a guess if that's okay. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to look at this strictly from a financial standpoint. There are certain stocks that are expected to do well if Kamala wins. There are certain stocks that are expected to do well if Donald Trump wins. The areas that we're going to do well if Trump won would be like energy stocks. What else? I made a whole list of it. I can't. What was it? Crypto. Crypto is expected to improve. A lot of tech stocks would benefit because he would cut off these antitrust investigations and stuff like that. Trump don't like nobody to be investigated. And I don't think any of the politicians do. If Kamala wins, the stocks that are likely to win are the cannabis companies. The cannabis companies are expected to win. I actually made a list for you guys. They come to our morning class. I made a list on the stocks that Kamala, that would be sort of the Kamala stocks. So the cannabis industry, I think, is going to benefit. And then also there is another financial dynamic that's occurring right now involving wealth transfers. The Democrats have, and this is one area where I agree, where I do become a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat or Republican because I think that I just don't feel like any of them really care that much about black people. But then again, maybe I'm a cynic. You're welcome to disagree with me. But anyway, where I do become a Democrat is that they do have the right idea about one thing. We need a little bit of a redistribution of wealth. Basically, the wealthy people have done a really good job of cutting taxes and really kind of screwing over working class and poor people. The balance has been disrupted because your government has pretty much been controlled by the politicians, and that's going to be messy for our country. Now, here's the deal. So what Kamala has said, and I believe her, I guess, assuming that she's going to follow through, is that she wants to change the taxes that are paid by wealthy people. She wants wealthy people to pay what Democrats might consider to be their fair share, and a big chunk of that would be in the form of estate taxes. That means that when you have a lot of wealth, when you die, you can't just lock up all your wealth in your family and keep it away from everybody else. You're going to have to pay a bigger tax bill with that wealth. Now, some of you may agree, some of you may not. I hope that we can at least agree that number one, you want to plan for your legacy. Give me a yes if you agree that legacy planning is important. Give me a yes if you agree that insurance is important. Give me a yes if you agree that estate planning matters. Give me a yes if you agree that things like trusts and all this other stuff is important, that you want to minimize the tax bill and also leave things to your families. And then the second thing is we also agree that you don't want to pay maximum taxes, right? So estate planning is essential. So let me tell you what rich people are doing to prepare for a Kamala Harris presidency. She may not win. Trump may make a comeback. If you're a Trump supporter, God bless you. I hope, maybe you'll have a turnaround. But here's a couple things that are happening. Basically, ultra wealthy people are now passing tons of wealth down to their children just to avoid the taxes that would have to be paid if the Democrats took over and get rid of their estate tax benefits. Basically, there was a 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs estate tax exemption that was put in place, I think, by the Trump administration, that is set to expire at the end of 2025. And when that expires, I cannot imagine the Democrats renewing those tax benefits. Now, don't mind you never know, though. Politicians are funny. Remember, these are all rich people that you're talking about. So, if a Democrat does push to get rid of that tax break, they're hurting themselves or hurting their family. And I told you, I think politicians are a bunch of selfish bastards. So you never know. Maybe they'll keep it in place, but I don't think that they will. And so a lot of wealthy people right now are giving their wealth to their children to sort of prepare for possible Kamala Harris presidency. Basically, this election is leading a lot of financial advisors to get their clients to basically consider their family dynamics and long-term financial needs, and then make large gifts to other people in their family to sort of get rid of the tax burden, to be able to transfer the wealth. Apparently, this tax law allowed them to transfer just an insane amount of money without having to pay any taxes on it at all. In fact, I'll read some of this here. Effectively, there's a sunset coming up of a generous provision in the estate tax next year that has taken on a new urgency. Under the current law, individuals can transfer up to $3.61 million, and couples can send up to $27.22 million to family members or beneficiaries without owing estate or gift taxes. That's an insanely, ridiculously high amount of money. I don't know about y'all. I just have to say, again, I'm being biased here. I think it's a little crazy that a person can transfer that much money and not pay some sort of a tax on it. And the reason I say that is because when I looked at the data, the government is pretty much unable to pay its bills because they've cut taxes so much. Now, some would say we need more efficient government and that they overspend, and that could be true also. I personally also think campaign finance reform would just allow us to have a better country. But overall, a lot of wealthy people are starting to sort of transfer their wealth to their children because they're concerned about not being able to hold on to that wealth in the event that Kamala wins and they repeal that law or they don't renew it. How about that? They're worried also about families having what they call giver's remorse if the exemptions are extended after making irrevocable gifts based on tax fears. So you give that stuff away and then you say, oh man, I'm mad at you now. Now I want to take it back. Well, they're sort of warning you to think it through before you make these gifts because sometimes you give something to someone and you can't get it back. And also attorneys are warning about potential IRS issues, and they're urging clients that if you want to sort of make this move because you think the Democrats are going to take over, you should probably go ahead and make the move now because they said a lot of legal and financial professionals are going to become overwhelmed when they get closer to the 2025 deadline. So here are a few little tips on estate planning that can kind of help you just sort of think through what you want to do with your wealth, what you want to do with your family, how you want to make sure the kids are good, make sure the family's good. Before I move on, do me a favor. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and you're watching drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people, but you ain't got to be Black to be here, but this is a Black-owned business, so I have no shame in telling you guys that. Also, every day, we do free financial consciousness training called Economic Elevation every morning, 10 a.m., 7 days a week. It is a free class to the entire community because I want our people to be number one when it comes to wealth, number one when it comes to investing, number one when it comes to our economics. So if you'd like to join that that free class with you and your kids. Bring your family, bring your cousin, them, bring everybody. Just go to b1moneytips.com. That's right there on the screen, b1moneytips.com. Or you can also get a copy of my training on how to make money without working by texting the word money to the number 87948. Text money to 87948. All right, so let's finish this up real quick. I told you guys I wasn't going to keep you for too long. So here are a few tips when it comes to estate taxes and stuff like that. First of all, balance your gifting with long-term needs. So before you make a big gift to somebody, make sure you don't need the money later. A lot of estate planning, even though you might want to rush to give everything away to avoid the taxes, you got to think about what you're going to need. That's something the experts would say. Also, structure your gifts properly. So you may want to talk to an estate planning or trust expert that can help you to stagger the gifting strategy, right? To prevent what they call sudden wealth syndrome. We did a class in B1 Money Tips. We did a class on sudden wealth syndrome earlier this week, where when you give a bunch of money to your family, it may kind of freak them out. And, a lot of people, you suddenly hand them $500,000 and they didn't have $50 in the bank last week. That can lead to bad investing decision, a lot of panicking, a lot of bad moves financially that could cause you to lose that wealth. Remember, 70% of all wealthy families lose all their wealth in one generation, so you got to be really careful about that. Also, don't wait till the last minute. A lot of legal professionals, they can become overwhelmed as the deadline comes up, so you want to start your estate planning process early because if you wait too late and you try to make sudden moves that don't make any sense, that can lead to IRS scrutiny. The IRS will investigate to see what's going on if they think that you made a move strictly to avoid taxes, right? So you want to just sort of make your moves, make them natural, make them smart so that you can have good tax planning to prepare yourself long-term. So if you have an interest in the basics of estate planning, the Dr. Boyce Academy, we do have a class on estate planning. It's $299 for lifetime access, but you can actually get access for $99 by looking in the link in the bio of this video or the description of this video. You can find the link to get the coupon code, and I'll also put the link in the chat right now so you guys can take a look. Feel free to take a look at that, go through it with your family, and what it'll do is it'll introduce you to the fundamentals of estate planning so that you can sort of begin that process of preparing for the afterlife, preparing for what happens after your life is over. So there's the link. I put it in the chat. Let me know if you guys can see that link in there. So feel free to go take a look at that. All right. So anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. I just wanted to pop in and talk to you guys about what was going on with Kamala in this race. Of course, there's still a lot of the race left to be run. What's it, September 13th? So you got October and November. So a lot can happen between now and then. But and I'm honest with you when I tell you, like, I just don't believe that whoever wins is going to make a difference for the Black community so much. Definitely not wealth. I mean, if you look at the data, it shows that no matter who is president, Black wealth has always been at the very bottom. Whenever there's a Democrat in office, Black wealth is at the very bottom. If there's a Republican in office, Black wealth is at the very bottom. So and here's the thing, I don't know how to get all of the Black community to the top. I don't know. I'm not, sometimes when I speak directly, I can become divisive. Sometimes I hurt people's feelings because they want me to say things in a nice way. I don't know how to do that. I just know how to be honest. And here's the deal. All I know how to do is say, save yourself, man. Save yourself. You got to save yourself from the fact that you live in a capitalist society that is headed downhill. A lot of social services and safety nets are going to disappear. There are questions. You all have asked me about things like BRICS and the stability of the U.S. dollar. Yeah, that is in question. And I do think that there are signs that we could be descending into a third world country. I hate saying it like that, but it's true. But if you go to any third world country, you've got people that are doing well and the people that are not doing well. And the bigger difference in America is becoming like this, in my opinion, is that there aren't as many social safety nets and programs in place to help those who are not doing well. We are, even when we have the money, we don't help poor people. When we ain't got the money, we ain't gonna help poor people. So what I would just say to you is try your best to make basic decisions right now to ensure that you and your children, you and your people, you and yours are gonna do well. All Black people won't be saved, but I want to talk to the ones that want to get there. So again, I see you, Princess Gigi. You said you're in the estate planning class or the legacy class for the past 2 weeks. You're welcome, and I'm glad you like it. Let me know what you guys think. I do put some stuff together in the Dr. Boyce Academy. We try to keep the cost down. So if you guys have something that you'd like to request, I can certainly put something together for you as well. So anyway, the link to join the class is in the bio or in the description of this video. And I got to get out of here, guys. I'll come back again later. And whoever you're cheering for in the election, I hope that they win. But really, at the end of the day, I want to vote for Black people, and I'm cheering for you. I'm voting for you. I want to see you invest for the future. I want to see you prepare for your kids. I want to see you protecting your legacy. That's what matters. So if you want to join us in class in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, totally free, just go to b1moneytips.com, or you can text the word money to the number 87948. And there's a free training called How to Make Money Without Working. It's not hype. It's real. That's what my PhD's in. So this is my thing. So God bless you guys. Have a great day. I love you. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.